How are you?
I'm doing well. No hands up my butt, so it's a good day.
Wow, it's a better day when you have one up there. Welcome back to the Bitter Wolf Cave. Well, I have a guest. Who are you?
Hi, I am Ruby Tombsday. I'm the owner of the Ruby Tombsday Toy Shop and the host of the Ruby Tombsday Horror Show, which just goes to show that I'm not very creative with names.
No. I'm so excited to meet you. In fact, I've wanted to meet you ever since I was a little kid. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because my favorite restaurant was Ruby Tuesday, and I always wanted to meet the CEO of Ruby Tuesday.
Close enough. Tuesday, Tombsday, what's it all between friends?
Ruby, I have a question for you.
What's that?
What do you think my accent is?
Oh, that's a tough one. Let's see. It's got just a touch of transatlantic in there.
Damn
Little
you,
bit of Black
you got
Forest,
it too
maybe?
fast. You got it too fast. No. We're moving on. This is supposed to be harder.
I'm living in the region, so I spent a lot of
you're
time in front of black and white films.
Oh, yes. Tell me more about that. What do you like about these movies?
You know, that was kind of my introduction to horror movies, was the 20s and 30s era films, particularly the Universal monster movies.
Can you tell our audience who you are, what you do, and what was it like to start the world's greatest restaurant?
Well, I am Ruby Tombsday. I am the host of the Ruby Tombsday Horror Show. I'm in my 5th season currently of a horror-hosted show.
Yes.
I've done everything from the original 1910 Frankenstein up to first release movies. We actually got to do Jacob's Wife on the night it dropped on streaming.
Oh,
You know, everything
Barbara
from...
Crampton.
Yes, Barbara Crampton's amazing. Amazing.
Larry Fassbender.
Fessenden was in that.
Oh,
Larry
sorry.
Fessenden.
I thought it was that German film director.
Not for that one. I like hosting horror movies in the fine tradition of the other great horror hosts like Svengoolie or Elvira or Vampira. I like doing all the shtickla, but I like doing things about folklore too, and working in history and folklore and storytelling and occult and all that information too.
Ooh, yes. Come into the woods with me, Ruby. I live in the woods, and let me tell you this. I have seen Bigfoot many times.
Awesome. Bigfoot is amazing. I've not had the pleasure yet. I have been reading up on the little Bigfoot out in Lancaster County.
Ooh. What? You have a little Bigfoot? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
They call him the little Bigfoot, but the actual name of the creature is the albatwitch.
Ooh, I like that name.
I do too. And there's some discussion about what the name actually means. Some people just say it's because of the old German word Alb for elf, but more specifically, the name in Old Dutch translates out to apple thief, which is very, very fitting, because this is how the creature is most known, is for sneaking into farms and orchards and stealing apples. Unlike Bigfoot, they make the comparison a lot, but they look kind of different actually. They're only about 5 foot tall, supposed to be very, very thin, very slender, as opposed to the big feet that we're accustomed to. Long, skinny fingers too, which I imagine is great for picking apples off the trees.
Yes, I want some of those. Look at my fingers. I need some of that, right? I can reach anything. Ruby, I love you so much. I love your hat.
Thank you very much. This was made for me by the lovely nerd wife.
Beautiful.
It's great for me at events because I don't have to worry about trying to find everybody else. They see the top hat and find me.
Whenever you sit down at the movies, you say, "And now it's time for my big hat." Ha! Take that. I have Ruby Tombsday. She's a horror host, not the CEO of Ruby Tuesday. It's okay. You still have time.
This is true.
All
I'm
right.
only about 400 years old, so I've got time.
Ah!
I know I don't look a day over 379, do I?
I like you. I like that. 1 point, Ruby. 0 points, me. I forgot to catch up here. Ruby, you were telling us about the albatross before, so tell us about another creature.
Well, what I think you would get a kick out of is probably the gawaggle. Gawaggle is a Pennsylvanian werewolf.
Ooh. I didn't know I had any relatives in Pennsylvania.
The reason you might not be familiar with them, they may be splitting time between here and Transylvania. And the reason I say that is the wolves did not have residence in Pennsylvania, well, specifically speaking of the gawaggle. They were typically summoned or conjured by the local witches, and then they would be brought in. Anytime they had some kind of daring do or deeds they needed done dirt cheap, they would summon the gawaggle and turn them loose, and usually on farmers or landlords or local city officials, etc., that had discouraged them in some way. And they'd turn them loose and have them create havoc for the locals.
And did they eat the locals? That's all I care about.
Usually not. I won't say it didn't happen. Most of the time, it was things like trampling crops or destroying livestock, things like this. So more often than not, it was criminal mischief, some of your Class B misdemeanors, this kind of stuff. Although there are rumors of more atrocious things happening. Atrocious, ambitious. It really is point of view,
It is. However, I don't agree with trampling livestock. I think that's cutting a bit below the belt. And I also think animals rule, humans drool.
Well, you see, I tend to agree with you on that one.
Ruby, whose skull is that behind you?
That's Norman.
The other side. Oh, the other skull.
Oh, that's
sorry.
Murray. There's plenty of, and then that's Herman. There's
How
all
many
kinds
skulls
of
do you have? How many dead bodies?
I expanded the basement for a reason.
I like
this
your
is
humor.
Murray
2
Bones.
points, Ruby. Oh, Rudolph.
Murray Bones. He's been with
Murray.
me now for
I thought you said
a
Rudolph.
whole lot of years. Not yet, although I can't have a red nose because he doesn't have one. I could wire that. We could make that happen.
Yes, we'll make anything happen with Ruby. Ooh.
And there's Otto.
Otto, come, let me have that.
You come on over. You can visit Otto.
Hello, Otto. Let's get back on track. Oh, wow. Sorry, I keep forgetting where I am. So what's another one? Squonk?
Squonk, yes. Squonk is a very, very Pennsylvania critter that I actually feel I have a lot in common with. Squonk is the most ugly creature on the planet, and unfortunately, they're aware of it. Squonk is a roughly pig-sized and shaped creature. They tend to be a little bit smaller, but they have very, very, very wrinkly hides. All four legs are right in the middle of their bellies, rather than being like a couple on either end. So they're very top-heavy. They're very wrinkly, big, sad eyes. And the way you find a squonk is by listening for the cries, because they cry all the time. Because, again, they're aware that they're not pretty. I think they're adorable. But
yes, they sound so cute.
It's just about impossible to catch a squonk. And that's because even if you get them cornered and try to catch them, they're just going to cry so hard that they'll actually turn into a puddle of tears and disappear. I theorize, though, that when they have their cooling off period on the other side, and the tears start to dry up, the earth where the puddle was becomes the squonk again, and they just come back and start all over.
Yes, I love this. Thank you so much for sharing this story. The squonk sounds amazing. I think the squonk is a beautiful creature.
Well, I do too. And what is really cool is that they have their own festival now in Clinton County. They're actually the official monster of Clinton County, Pennsylvania.
Squonks cry, they blend into their tear, they turn into a puddle, so then they are reborn after that.
That's my hypothesis, because I think that's just too much awesome to just vanish that easily.
Yes.
And hurt has a tendency to linger, but I think the story in it is the fact that we all have these times when we can feel that scared, that depressed, that unhappy, but if we get that time away, we can reset and kind of pull ourselves back together again.
Exactly. And now you know why I spend 99% of my time in the cave, because I'm still trying to pull myself back together. I'm just slower than the squonk. That's all.
Yep. And we all have our own timetable. It takes time.
Yes, exactly. I love you. 10 points, Ruby. 0 points to me. What's happening?
Actually,
okay.
You might want to knock a few points off, because I said that was in Clinton County, the squonk. In Clinton County is the festival for the gawaggle.
Boo.
The festival
Misinformation
for the
is not allowed.
There was even a song by Genesis called Squonk about them. It's a really great tune, too. Yeah, it's worth checking out.
I can feel it squonking in the air tonight. Like that?
Even more grand than that.
What? I can feel it squonking in the air tonight. Was that good enough for you, CEO? 1 point? 1 point? Good enough for 1 point?
I'll give you 2 on that, because you committed.
Which universal monster is the most attractive, and why is it the Wolfman?
The Wolfman's not bad. Now, for me personally, my heart goes out to the Bride of Frankenstein, because Elsa Lanchester, you just can't beat that. She was amazing, beautiful.
Now, Ruby, tell me, who is that doll behind you?
That is Lucretia.
Ooh.
And this is Rubiette. She's a lot smaller than I am.
Ah, beautiful. Did you make them?
I did not make these, although I will be doing work on them. My first dolls are probably going to be next year. They're coming.
All right, welcome back, Ruby Tombsday. Squonk, Albatross, and Guabali. What is that?
There's the Gewoggle, the Albatwitch, and Squonk.
Oh, Ruby, do you have any more delightful creatures to tell us about?
I do have one, and it actually has an interesting little coincidence with my family. The White Woman of Wapsi. Wapsi is the local colloquial name for Wapsionic Mountain. The story goes that sometimes late at night, travelers along the road outside of Blair County will see a woman in a white dress standing by the side of the road waving for help. And most people, of course, will stop and see what's going on. She says she needs a ride to the next town. The car broke down, this kind of thing. So they let her in and they chat and they talk. But the interesting thing is, somewhere along the way, usually right as they go past the Devil's Elbow portion of that regional highway, she'll suddenly just not be in the car anymore. The doors don't open. She doesn't jump out. She just vanishes from the passenger seat.
That's too scary. Why would you go there?
That space right there, that's where I live. That's the kind of headspace my world exists in. So this is the stuff I do for fun and relaxation.
So have you ever seen the White Woman?
I have not seen the White Woman of Wapsi, although I have seen the whole spectral passenger kind of situation in Texas a few times. People that'll be standing there by the road, and once you get close enough, they're gone. They're just not there. And in one circumstance, a very large white wolf.
Was it larger than me?
Yes, actually, by just a bit. It was quite the striking figure.
Was it a happy wolf? Was it a scary wolf?
It was very surprising, but there was nothing scary, I felt, at all. Just They were there and kind of checking us out as we were approaching. And then when we got close, just kind of took a couple steps and was gone. Just kind of stepped into nowhere.
Ooh.
Very, very cool experience.
You know, sometimes, Ruby, I think the things that scare us most are simply things we don't understand.
I absolutely agree with you. I agree with you. My grandfather used to say that the only hell that exists is that which we make for ourselves on Earth.
Ruby, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What are these?
Those are my stitches. You would think they would help keep my mouth shut, but I keep talking.
10 points, Ruby. What is a stitch? What does that do?
Basically used for holding shut scars or bad cuts, things like this. So you can see the seam along the side of my jaw, and then you can see the stitches where it's been fixed.
Okay. So it helps you after you get hurt. Do you have any characters who have this in horror movies?
Actually, yes. One of my favorites are both the original Frankenstein's monster and the Bride of Frankenstein from the second film, especially with Elsa Lanchester. If you look at her right along the jawline, right at the very bottom, you can see where she was stitched together right at the bottom of the face. And of course, Frankenstein, you can see the stitches right around the neck in most of the representations.
Oh, okay. Is there a significance to the placement of the scars?
Well, in the case of all of these characters, including myself, we're all what's called flesh golems. So basically, we are people that were built from pieces of other people. And so they just found the bits they liked the best, or at least the best they could get a hold of, and kind of, sewed them all together, which is kind of the best way to hold a person together.
Yes, so you are a collection of many beautiful things.
I like to think so.
Yes.
I kind of wonder if they weren't shopping at like the S-Mart version of the Body Shop sometimes. some of the bits are getting a little wonky at this point.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. You said you're 390,000 years old. You're still held together quite well.
You got to tug on the stitches every now and again, pull things together, but
not with me. If you do that, I'll fall apart completely, and I'll cease to function entirely.
Well, I am a toy maker, so I do have some experience of pulling things back together again.
Did you make me?
I did not, unfortunately. I would love to have that honor, but that wasn't me.
I was like, I thought you looked familiar.
Well, I'm always willing to help pull you together too.
You pull me together just by being here with me. Ruby, tell everyone, where can they find you? How can they watch your show?
I am on YouTube finally. So you can just go to youtube.com/Ruby Tombsday and you can find me at that same name just about everywhere. I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on X, I'm on Instagram, I'm on even on Slasher, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Ruby Tombsday, and soon we'll be on Twitch as well.
Exciting, very exciting. Well, Ruby, do you have any final words you want to say in the Wolf Cave?
I want to say thank you for having me in tonight. It's been a great visit. I hope to come back and visit with you again sometime. And until next time, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, see you next Tuesday at Ruby Tuesdays. No, I'm just kidding. I think that restaurant went bankrupt a long time ago. But in the meantime, Alba Twitch, yes?
Yes.
Gooey Duck.
Sure.
Squonk.
Yes. Squonk.
What was that? Not Gooey Duck.
Guwoggle.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that one. Okay, Ruby, I love you so much. Thanks for coming, and thanks for introducing me to your skulls. Have a great night. Bye. Can you operate me instead of this guy?
I can't quite reach, but we'll figure something out.
You're choking me with that. What are you doing? Are you still here?